everyone. Thank you for joining in today. My name is Dr. Marie Osako Djemo. I am so excited that you have joined us today. We are bringing to you a man, not just a businessman, but also a man of God. I am so humbled and honored to bring to my platform Bob Schwartz. He owns a magazine. He helps businesses with lead generations, and he's just a great man to talk to. So without further ado, Bob, are you there?
Good. Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Thank you so much for having me here today.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation, and thank you for joining us. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing really well. I'm grateful to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So people are watching and they want to know who is Bob. We're bringing for Bob on this platform. We do bring business owners. We bring leaders in business. We bring also people who are coaching, people who are helping other businesses. And we're bringing you on this platform because we believe that as a business owner, you have something to share on the personal level and on the business level. So the platform is open. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about Bob.
Okay. Well, my name is Bob Schwartz. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I'm a husband and a father. I've got 5 kiddos, ranging from 6 years old to 18 years old, that's a joy. I mean, it drives me crazy, but I'm so grateful for them. I did start a magazine. I started my own magazine it was 18 years ago. I found out that my wife was pregnant with our first child, Joshua, and I had been earning an income in a network marketing company at the time. And I was working from home. And then we both came to the idea that it would be better for me to go out and get an additional income stream coming in now that we were going to have this other baby on the way. And I interviewed, this is back in 2003, at so many different places. And they either said, it was underqualified or overqualified, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't working. And the last interview I had was with a guy named Steve Zuckerman. And he owned a magazine called Clipper Magazine. And I really looked up to this guy because he started this magazine in his college dormitory, him and his 3 partners. And it was an advertising magazine, the kind of magazine that you would get in the mail that might have coupons for restaurants or maybe a nightclub or movie theater or something like that. Well, him and his partner started this magazine, and within, 10 or 15 years, they had 600 different magazines all across the country. And they built up this like multi-million-dollar company. And I thought, and as I'm walking out, this is the guy that said, you're just not a right fit for our company. Of course, I'm feeling kind of sad and dejected. And he says, Bob, he's like, why don't you start your own magazine? And I thought, I never thought about that before. I never even thought that I could. So I went home and we prayed about it. And as a matter of fact, if I have time, just real quick, I love to walk and just talk to God. And I was walking down this road. I was all by myself on this country road. There's cornfields on both sides. And I said, God, if you really want me to start this magazine, I said, I don't know how to do it. I mean, I really have no idea. I said, you're going to have to show me how to do it. And Dr. Marie, all of a sudden, not just dozens, but like hundreds and hundreds of grasshoppers started jumping all in this cornfield. And it gave me goosebumps. I thought, what the heck is going on? So I just felt like God spoke to me in that way. And he just said, hey, just give it a try. And I started the magazine. I only had $300. And I started the magazine with $300. And God bless us where we were profitable, even on our first issue, all the way up until now, 18 years later. So I've just seen that God is completely faithful, and he's just so awesome. And I'm grateful to him for everything.
Wow, that's such a beautiful story. God is multidimensional. God talks multiple ways. God does not only come in the dreams or you have a prophet talking to you. He can talk to you multiple ways. You went for an interview. You never thought that at that interview, you will have that idea of saying, let me start my own business. that never crossed your path.
No, not at all.
God knew that you need to go to that interview, and I'm going to use the same person that you think is going to give you a job, but is going to give you a vision. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, it's so, I like working with entrepreneurs because of these stories. You want to understand, how did you come up with this story? How did you happen to get to the place where you are today? It is so beautiful. And thank you so much for sharing that. So now that you've grown 18 years in the business, I'm sure you had some up and down. I'm sure you did cross paths with a lot of businesses. Is there a time where you did sit down and say, God, I know you are faithful, but I think I need to create another path for myself?
Yes. So in 2008, I'm sorry. I had two really bad events happen. I had my father died. He passed away when I was 7 years old. So he was only 30 years old and I was 7. So I've been very conscious of my heart. And in 2008, I had a heart attack and had to have bypass surgery. It was quintuple bypass surgery. And that same year, I got into a motor vehicle accident and I broke my back. I completely broke my back.
Oh my goodness.
So it was a really, really rough year. And at that time, my wife hadn't worked. And being self-employed, like I was responsible for the income, you know, that was coming in for my family. And I had some good Christian brothers who would just say, Bob, all you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. So I would just real slowly show up to work, maybe an hour today and an hour tomorrow, and maybe an hour and a half the day after that. And God provided all of our needs. And I was scared. I was so scared, you know, and I know we're instructed to be faithful and just know, do not worry, I will take care of you. You can trust me. And I just kept just soaking in that, you know, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. And then my favorite part is, do not lean on your own understanding. You know what I mean? And so many times I wanted to lean on my understanding, but he said, no, I'm your daddy. I love you. I've got you. But he worked us through that very, very, very difficult time and made me a stronger man because of it.
Fantastic, fantastic. That reminds me just of the book that I'm writing, you know, the book that I shared with you earlier. The title of my book is Who is Your Father? Yeah. You know, sometimes we feel like if you've lost your parent, you've lost your father. Like myself, I'll take my own example. When my father passed away, I was just in my second year of college, and I felt like my whole world was just scrambling around me. I was like, how am I going to finish school? How am I going to do this? So I felt like the whole vision was gone. But I like when you say that God just told you that I'm your father, and you just need to trust him. There are times that happen in our lives. We feel like everything is just black. Everything turns black. You don't know where is the sun gonna rise. But we just need to trust God during those dark moments, during the time where you feel like, I don't have any money, I have children, I have a wife, I don't have a job. How am I going to survive? How am I going to provide? But we call him Jehovah Jireh. He is the provider.
Yeah,
so
amen.
He provided for Bob. If he provided for me, he will provide also for you who is watching this video. So that's very, very inspirational. And in your business, Bob, writing the magazine, putting together the magazine, you've worked with different businesses. Can you tell us a little bit of the business that you're working with? Do you work with B2B, with B2C, or is there a specific industry? What type of business do you work with?
Yeah, so our magazine is called the Home Business Advertiser. And I'm not sure if some of our listeners might be familiar with direct sales. You know, there are direct sales companies like, you know, Avon or Mary Kay or Melaleuca, Herbalife, Amway. And what these companies, these direct sales companies will do is to teach someone how to start a small home-based business, using just their phone and their internet, and go out there and acquire customers and build relationships and build distributors. Well, what happens is a lot of times, like, let's just say, for an example, you become an Avon distributor. Avon's a great company. I think it's for like $10 or for $25, someone can join Avon, become a distributor, get a little starter kit, and then they can go out and start marketing their products to their friends and to their family. And that's great. And asking for referrals and growing their business. But then after that, the person might think, well, geez, what can I do to grow my business a little bit more? And that's where our magazine should probably really be able to help them, where they can say, let me run an ad, maybe like a little quarter-page ad in the magazine that says, let me show you how to make $300 to $500 a month part-time, working from home. Call this number, visit this website. So what my magazine does is it's kind of like a matchmaker between people that are offering home-based business opportunities and those people that are looking for, and the word now is like side hustles. Everyone talks about a side hustle, which I guess is kind of cool, But yeah, I work to just really help match those people up. We publish 6 issues a year. It's a direct mail magazine. It goes out to 25,000 people 6 times a year. And then we are starting to build like our digital magazine, presence there too. So if I think most people do still want to hold the real copy of the magazine in their hands, but if they don't, they can go to our website and just pull it up on their phone or their tablet or their personal computer. But yeah, I love working with small business owners because, they're just trying to make themselves better. And in the process of growing your business, you have to learn how to become a servant, because if you don't serve people, forget about it. You know what I mean? Like you have to serve many,
That is so true. That is so true. You have to make yourself a servant. That is the example even of our master, Jesus Christ. We saw that in the Bible. Mm-hmm. Him being the savior, him being the God who created everything, but he kind of humbled himself to go wash his disciples' feet. That's not a job that a president can do. The president will not. If one day you see the president coming to your house and say, Bob, I'm going to wash your feet today, what's going on with this man? Is he serious? So we just need to serve others. That is very, very cool line there. We need to serve others. If you want to grow in the business, remember, serve people. We're not just running out of the money, but we're running after people. I always say in my business, I am not building businesses, but I am building communities. I'm building communities because the money comes and go. Mm-hmm. The fame comes and go. But if you've helped somebody, the life of that person is a testimony. Mm-hmm. Not just for that person, but even before God. When we help people, God remembers us also. There is great blessings in giving than in receiving. So that's a very good point that you put in there.
Well, even if you're willing to share the story of the person with the glasses that you shared with me, what an amazing story. Just that little kind gesture, and God used it and multiplied it. Can you share that story with folks?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I would like to share that story. So last year, I started my foundation, Maria Osako Foundation. I felt like God did put in my heart the burden of helping people. And with my little money that I have, I could spread and say, God, who can I help? I had people that I knew personally, and people that were recommended, referred to me. And then it came across this family. I knew the mother, but we lost contact like for 15 years. And then she just saw me online somewhere and she reached out to me. I was so excited to talk to her, but to find out that the life was not amazing as we could expect. So she has a daughter. The daughter had problem with her eyes and she needed glasses. So I was praying. I was like, God, at this time, I don't have enough money to give to this person. And God provided. And I sent money to that lady to help her daughter. Her daughter is very smart, but because of the eyesight in the level it was, the kid was struggling so much to go to school. And it was a burden for the parents, but the parents were not at that place where they could provide the funds for the daughter healing. So God used that money to help the daughter get the glasses, and she got the glasses. She went back to school, and she was the first in her classroom.
Oh, wow. I love that. Praise God.
So if that blessing was not there, that child would have stayed home without going to school. But because of that help, it just gave that opportunity for that girl to show you that I have a lot in me. All I need is just for somebody to hold my hand. And the day I heard the result of that girl, when I looked at the picture she sent me, the tears dropped down. So I'm telling this story just to say there are people out there who need your help. Sometimes we don't need to give them like millions or thousands. Sometimes it's just a $10, a $100. Sometimes it's just a word of encouragement. Sometimes it's just a word of wisdom, like the one they gave you, Bob. Go start your own magazine. That man did not give you any capital, but he just gave you wisdom. Yeah. So when we give that out, it's really a blessing for other people. And just choosing for this opportunity, we are running a fundraising. If you need more information on that, we want to help. There are orphans out there. There are family in need out there that we're dealing with. We're working with them on a personal level to help them celebrate Christmas. So if you need more information, you at the end, we will display some information on the screen here. And if you are interested, please feel free to join the partnership and help out. That will be a blessing for all the children that will receive your gift.
Yeah, and I love that part of your ministry because, yeah, when you picture in your mind, you know, the special memories that you might have of being a kid at Christmas, you know, a lot of us have had so much. And here's a kid, you know, with no mommy or daddy. And I mean, their daddy is in heaven and they are loved and he's got their back. But like you said, just a small gift to be able to like give that child a gift and let them know, hey, Jesus Christ loves them and somebody's thinking about them. I think that's such a great ministry that you have there, Dr. Marie.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for that. So, as we're hearing about the magazine, the lead generation, now my question to you, I know you're working right now with the direct sales businesses. Do you help also, if I'm sure there are entrepreneurs out there, they're starting their own businesses, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to catch leads, they don't know which platform they should flow themselves, they're struggling to get leads. Do you have any advice for them, or do you have also a page for them in your magazine where they can come and talk to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So a page for them in your magazine where they can come and talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we could put our website down in the description or in the notes or something like that. But my website is homebusinessadvertiser.com. And my phone number is there. I'd be happy to talk to any entrepreneur that wants to talk, whether I can help them or not. They might not want to advertise in the magazine, but just talking from one entrepreneur to another. Yeah, I love helping folks. I mean, basically, we help people generate leads. We talk about following up with those leads. And most importantly, and I think this is the thing that a lot of people miss, is building the list. You know, they always say the fortune is in the follow-up, well, the money's in the list. And if you have a business or even a church or ministry, you have to have a list of people that you come in contact with, so that you can reach out to them and you can build a relationship to them. And, you know, what you give away, you get to keep. And if you're always giving away information or giving away special offers, building, like you said, that community, you know, how does a community stay in touch? Well, you know, we can talk, we can sit down and have coffee together. We could do a Zoom meeting together. We can do a Facebook Live together, or, you know, email, texting. There's so many different ways to communicate. But I think as one of the best ways, the best suggestions that I can give anybody is what was given to me was build a database of the people that you want to do business with and the people that you are doing business with, and stay in regular contact with your people. I have had some advertisers, Dr. Marie, that have advertised with me for 10 straight years, like 10 straight years. And we know each other. Like we know when their kids are having birthdays, you know, and we talk, and you just end up having a relationship with these people, and they trust you and they like you, and they refer customers to you, and you refer customers to them. So I like what you said about the community. That is so important.
Yeah, definitely. I like that you are building relationship with your customers, because, you know, in my consulting company, if you look at my logo, we say relationships are a key to success. So if you want to succeed, you need to build a relationship with your clients, with your prospect. There are people that I came across with, they couldn't afford my services, but they stayed with me. Why? They say, we just like the vibe that you have, the enthusiasm that you have. And the more they stay with you just on that level, further down the line, they come and buy the services. So the customer, we don't just have the customer. I always say, I'm not selling candies where the person comes and buy candies and then they go. No, I have candies that I'm selling, but I want to show you the benefit that are in these candies. If you taste it, you don't like it, you can share your feedback with me and tell me, Marie, I don't like the flavor of your candies. Is there any way we can work it out and find the flavor that I would like? That's where it is very important to pivot the business strategies. I have a group where I teach the business development strategies, how you can pivot your strategies. You may find out that you've been in business for quite some time, 5 years, 10 years, and you're still struggling to get your business going. You have this strategy that you've been taught of and you just cannot change it. No, COVID has taught us a lot of things. COVID has taught us that we need to change our strategies. We need to pivot them time to time. If you've been working with a strategy and you see that it's not working for you, leave it. Found another strategy. Don't drop the business. I always say, do not quit. Even if it becomes dark, don't quit. Just change your gear and find another strategy that will work for you. All right.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, Bob, thank you so much for all that you've shared. I don't know if you have some words that you can share. I know you're a wise guy. Go ahead and share some word of wisdom with our audience, and whatever God put in your heart to share. Please go ahead and do so.
I am interested in that book about who your father is. So when that comes out, please. I adopted my daughter. I have an adopted daughter, and she has been such a blessing in my life. And it's amazing how God, I don't know, God is just amazing. And I think we do need to take time with him every morning just to be quiet and just ask God, what is the next right thing for me to do? I know I do that in my business. And when I listen, I'm blessed. But when I disobey, you know, it's a troublesome day. So yeah, but I appreciate being on here. Hopefully we can do it again sometime. But if there's any way I can be a blessing to you or any of our listeners, they can reach me at homebusinessadvertiser.com.
All right, perfect. They have all your information. And We're going to spread the words. We're going to spread the video. When you receive the video, please share, 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 because there are people out there, they just want to hear the word that came from Bob today. And you don't know. Just by sharing, you may save life. By sharing, you may give somebody hope. I believe in giving hope. I believe that today is yours.
Amen.
Not. And with Dr. Marie, everything is done today. And whatever I cannot do, I leave it in God's hands. I leave it for tomorrow. And guess what? When I come tomorrow, tomorrow turns out to be again today for me. So everything that I can do today, I do it by God's grace. So I believe that you're going to take that one and you're going to run with it. And as Bob said, obey God. When you obey God, everything goes your way. When you disobey, God can discipline you.
I don't like that discipline. Yeah.
But we know that our God is very loving. Even when we are disobedient, he's always there for us.
Yes.
He's always there for us. He has his way of bringing you back from that disobedience because he's a father who has an unfailing love.
Amen.
We pray that this video will bless you in many ways. Thank you so much for watching JODAPRIS Talk, and you have a great day. Thank you so much, Bob.
Thank you, Dr. Marie. Yeah.
And we'll talk again soon, and we'll bring you back again very soon. A Christmas list. Maybe I had a Christmas budget. What about other people out there? There are families who don't know what they're gonna be eating on Christmas. And those children out there, they need you and they need your support. Every little money